Hello, beautiful brides. My name is Adina in South Africa, and today I have a very special guest with me, and it's Janine here in South Africa. And just a quick introduction, Janine is our language ministry franchise owner of the Afrikaans ministry. And I would love to encourage you to please head over to the Afrikaans website at eindelikhoop.com, and I will share the link in my comments. And even if you don't understand Afrikaans, there's a translate button at the bottom. You can click on it and please go and read her encouraging praise reports on uiteindelikhoop.com. So, welcome, Janine, and how are you today?
Thank you so much. Oh, very good. Thank you. And you, Adina?
I'm very well. I'm very well. So, Janine, the reason I invited you here today is since I've started to work with you, I've noticed such a huge difference in you, and especially this week when you had the big crisis in Pretoria with the electricity and everything that's been going on. So, I just want to talk to you a little bit about that and your relationship with your Heavenly Husband. How did your relationship change from Him being your Heavenly Father to being your Heavenly Husband?
Okay, when I joined RMI, I looked at all of you and you all had this peace, which I still didn't have at that time. And yeah, I longed to have that peace. And then we went on the Wise Women retreat. And at that time, I didn't realize it yet, but I had a bitterness in me. I think that kept me from having that intimate relationship with the Lord. And you spoke about forgiveness, and it's there when I went to speak to the Lord and said, please help me to forgive. And I took everything to him, and still I didn't grasp the whole idea of him being my heavenly husband, but I longed for it. And I kept on telling him, please show me, learn me, teach me. And that's what he did. I started telling him he's all I want, all I need. And that's what he became. He became my heavenly husband. And the more I spent time with him, because I think we teach as children a religion, but it's more, you have this religion with the Father and he'll punish you if you do something wrong. And by RMI, reading more the praise reports, he filled me more and more with this peace I can't explain to anybody else. It feels like I'm floating. I'm in love with him. And he's right beside here with me. I laughed when I visited my parents and I was going to drive home. I said, please drive with me. And he said, of course I'm driving with you. And there I realized he's really my heavenly husband. The world can't give me what he gives me. I always looked for peace and fulfillment in the world. And yes, he's a Lord that wants to restore our marriages, our relationships, but he wants to be much more than that. He wants to be our first love. And that's what I found, my first love. And I'm overwhelmed with his love. Even with the electricity went off. And I explained to you a previous time, it went off for 3 weeks. So I made myself ready. And first, I wanted to feel discouraged because I told you it's not easy if you have a man in the house. But no, it's not always easy because he's not going to do everything right. And there I said to my heavenly husband, oh, I can just as well find my peace in you. It's going to, no matter how long it's going to be. And I did find that. He gave me, the peace that overflows my heart, and I relaxed, and quickly the electricity, actually very quickly, it was switched on. And if you look at the extent where it went faulty, it was only him that could fix it. And yeah, he's overflowing my heart with all this love. I can't even explain it. You just feel everything's going to be okay with him. No matter what, the world can come with all the struggles and challenges. He's going to fill us with this love and this peace, which I know he wants for every bride, every person, every man. Yes. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Janine. Yes, in your praise report, the one you shared on Love at Last, he has it under control about the electricity situation. And I don't think anyone can comprehend, sitting with electricity for so long, not being able to drink a hot cup of coffee, taking a hot bath, washing your clothes, ironing your clothes, the food in your refrigerator. There's so many things that is impacted in a situation like this. But still, what you also said in your praise report is that you will keep on praising him no matter what, and what did you also say, that you will take all the what ifs to him, and what nows. So that's,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's to be like, to just have that mindset in that situation is absolutely amazing. So,
You know what? I always love to say, what if? What if?
yeah.
And it's really my heavenly husband that calmed me down. When I went the first time with the unforgiveness part to him, of course, my character, I said, what if? What if? And he was the one that said, calm down, forget the what ifs. So he's really teaching me to forget the what ifs. Because what then? He's got it all under control. It's as if a light bulb went on in my heart, in my head, and it really became a heart condition now that, oh yeah, he loves us so much. He will sort out the what ifs. It doesn't matter anymore. As long as we find our rest in him, the what ifs, he will turn it into testimonies. And I just really know he's doing it, and he's already showing it in my life, that he's turning the what ifs into testimonies. We don't have to worry about the what ifs anymore. And for that matter, they don't exist in my life anymore, because I really love to say with everything, what if, because my mind will just run. Now, before I even say what if, I know he's got it all under control, and I really believe it. I feel it. He's got it under control, and he loves us so much. That what ifs is really going to be just testimonies.
Exactly. It turns each and everything into a testimony. I mean, this electricity is a huge crisis. It's a huge testimony of his goodness, and us being able to trust him in absolutely any situation that can enter our lives. Something I also loved what you shared with me was, I think it was Monday evening when you drove home, and you mentioned that you're actually afraid of driving in the dark, but you felt at peace, driving Monday evening. Can you just share how it changed from you being afraid, driving in the dark, to just doing it, and driving and feeling at peace?
You know what? I'm night blind. I struggle to see at night. I'm scared to drive at night. And Monday night, the whole Pretoria was still dark. And I was always scared to stop at the robots. at the traffic lights, but this time he drove with me. I'm experiencing the whole time here with me. He's not up in the heaven anymore. He's part of my life the whole time now. And I really had this calmness. I was talking to him the whole time in the car, and him talking back to me. It's just the feeling you can't explain to anybody, because that's scaredness you have, it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm not scared anymore because he's with me. Really, that supernatural peace that you can't explain to anybody else.
Yes, I also wrote something today about me being so scared at night, especially being a single mom. You lock every door, you have the thickest burglar bars, the alarms with everything that you can think about. And there were some nights that I would lie awake listening to each and every sound, and you were so afraid. And, there was a lot of things that I was just suddenly afraid of. But that was before my journey, really started. And then since my journey started, I really can't tell you that there was one night that I actually laid awake being scared of each and every little sound, because I know he's our best protection and he's always right there, with us in every situation, no matter what. And yes, it's daunting when you become a single mom, but you are not. You are not, because you do have your heavenly husband and he helps you with your children. And I mean, you also have this amazing testimony about how he provided for your son, to go on a tour. I don't know if you quickly want to share it.
With that testimony, and it also all started obeying my loving husband. I was sitting telling my loving husband, I'll start tying when I get bonus, when I get more money. And he just led me and said, no, start while you don't have enough. And I just felt in my heart, I just have to do it now. And I started tying. And with my son's tour, I had to put 5,000 Rand down, which is a lot of money if you don't have it. And there I just asked my heavenly husband, please help. A group on Facebook, I just put the 9 o'clock the night, I felt I must just ask for sponsorships, because we were given a letter that you can ask for sponsorships. And there I asked. That morning, 10 o'clock, I had to tell the people, please stop depositing money into the account, into the school account. You've given enough now. It was supernaturally how I know my heavenly husband laid it on people's hearts to contribute. And he had all the money. And while he was on tour, one of my friends texted me and said, Janine, I please want to deposit 500 Rand in for him. I said, no, but he's got enough. No, Cape Town is expensive. He needs spending money.
Wow.
And so it didn't stop there. Even with his clothes that had to be bought, which is also expensive, the teacher sent brand new clothes home. He got sponsored shirts. It was just overflowing with my heavenly husband's, goodness.
That's
was just
amazing.
Lovely. Yes.
That's amazing, the testimonies you hear about his provision. When we put him first in our finances, when we put him first in everything, how he just provides. And the testimonies are so amazing, and sometimes you just can't believe it. Like you said, it's like it's supernatural, that the things that happen. Just to end off the podcast, what would you like to say, to encourage other women to seek Him, the Lord, as your heavenly husband.
You know what? You can look for love, peace in a man. You're not going to find it because you can't rely on a man for that love and peace that only your heavenly husband can give you. You can go and seek it, but you're going to be disappointed. The moment you make the Lord your first love, everything will fall into place. He will lead you. You will have this peace in your heart. You will be overflown with His love, His goodness, His greatness. Oh, He supplies everything. And the moment you make Him your first love, everything will fall into place. You're going to have this peace. You're not going to look for love and fulfillment in a man anymore. You're going to get it by your heavenly husband when you make Him your first love. And I promise you, everything will fall into place. He will lead you. He will guide you. And you're just going to be much more happier. You're going to, you're going to have this joy in your heart that you can't even explain into words, that I'm experiencing. It feels like you're floating on love. You're really in love. But this time, it's not an earthly husband you're in love with. It's Him, your heavenly husband, and He will fulfill you. He will give you what an earthly husband can't give you. And it's so true. The world hasn't got it. A husband hasn't got what you need. But the Lord, your heavenly husband, has what you need.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
so true, Janine. Everything we need, and what
Yes.
in the Abundant Life books, He's all we need, all we want,
Yes.
and all we live for. Now, that's if you repeat that over and over again, and that becomes a reality for you. There's nothing more that you can want or desire than that incredible love. That when you open the Love at Last website and you see that picture of the woman floating, that's how you feel. So thank you for joining me, and have a lovely day.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Janine.
Adina.